Okay, hello. Um,
In the place.
Girl Chat Sports, Mo and Mel, we're here.
We
We
are.
are here. We are here. We've got some giveaways this coming up. So wait for some people to chime in. We got tickets for the Las Vegas Thrills last home match, which will be Monday, the 6th of May, 7 o'clock at the LFF, the Lee's Family Forum.
How many tickets we
Um,
got?
I mean, we can. I know I've got 4 questions, and every person and if you can answer correctly, they're in our DMs, or if you can come on the chat. If you're in the chat and answer them, if you're in Vegas, we want you to be in Vegas because, well, you can't really use them if you're not on Monday. Each set of tickets will contain 2. All right, yeah.
That's great. We had a good time at that game last night. Can we talk about it?
Yeah, let's
It
talk
was
about it real quick.
amazing. First of all, shout out to Fran Flory, who we had on our show last week. And if you didn't catch the replay, catch it now before we get into this, because some of those
Go to our
questions might be related
YouTube,
to last week's episode.
subscribe. Yes, go to our
Yeah, so
YouTube, subscribe,
all
make
of
sure
that.
you're tapped in because it's But go ahead,
And
sorry.
it was just an amazing interview with her, and we see the talent that she has on her team after watching last night's game against Orlando Valkyrie. And can we just say, like, that was just incredible. Like, these girls are on the level for real. Like, it was just a volleyball match I hadn't seen since high school. I haven't been to a volleyball game literally since the high school days. If I want to keep it 100 with you, 1,000
We
with
want to
you,
keep
I
it
have
100.
not. Yeah, so
Listen, I'm
to have
saying
that
like
was just kind of really cool.
it's a great spot to be at. Like Fran said, like there's no better place to be than to be there. Like it really is a
Yeah.
beautiful arena, especially for volleyball. There's amazing things that are there. So good stuff. We had fun. The Las Vegas Aces were in the house, which was dope. I mean, you can't
They
really
commandeered our seats, but that's okay. You know, you
yeah.
go to a place and you're not expecting to see the Aces. You would, I mean, it's nice that they were there because that was quite a coup to have them there. Because
If
I
we were to
just
lose our
didn't see
seats to
that coming.
anybody else, maybe. But it was, I mean, it's the ladies. We got to give love
I
to
mean,
the
but I
ladies.
just did not see that coming because they've been working out and training and having their training camps and getting ready for their
Training
upcoming
camp is
preseason
open.
game. That's this
Yes.
month, and then the regular season
Yes.
starts, and they've got waivers going on and all this stuff. So there was no, I just did not expect that. Like I expect them at a game, but I didn't expect them at that game particularly. So we
Yeah.
get
It was good
there,
to
and
see.
the usher has to say, "Oh, let me grab my supervisor," because she's looking at them, she's looking at us, she's looking at them again, looking at us. She's like, "I have to grab my supervisor real quick,"
Yes.
and I'm
Hey,
like,
shout out
"Oh, so
Chris
we're going."
Wynn. We saw Chris
What's
there in
up,
the
Chris?
building. Yes.
Yes,
It was good times. What's
it
up to
was a good
Steph? I
time.
know Steph was there. I know Steph's ready to
Yeah, we
possibly win some
scored.
tickets too. We did
We
score.
definitely scored for sure.
We
Yeah,
learned some more valuable information regarding the game of volleyball and how it works professionally. So
absolutely.
that was dope. It was a good time. What's up, Heather? Thanks for
Hey,
tapping in
Heather.
again. If you are watching, we will see any comments on Facebook or YouTube. So feel free. You're welcome to share this with anybody you know that wants to get in on the thrill tickets.
I think for the last
Danny
set of
is here.
tickets, if we're doing 2, I think we need to have them share a post, subscribe to our YouTube channel, tag a friend to subscribe to our
Okay.
YouTube channel to get the
Well,
last set.
I have 4 questions. So that's 4 sets, really.
That's what I'm saying. Do 3 sets for questions. Save
Yeah.
the last one for us to get the subscribers. Have
Oh
everyone
yeah,
that is
for
already with
sure.
Girl Chat Sports tag a friend who is not with Girl Chat Sports. We'll make a post
Add
about
them,
what the girl
add them to
tickets.
our group so we
Add
can
them to
have
our
them
group,
join
sharing our
in. Yep.
story, tagging us so we know you shared the story, and
All
then
social
screenshot
media
that you
at
subscribe to
Girlchat
our YouTube
Sports.
channel. First one to do that can get the last set of tickets.
Yes.
Yes.
1 second. Let me see what we got going on. All right, so we'll just start here with the first question.
Okay, cool.
Okay. First question for the thrill ticket giveaway. If you do win, please just email girlchatsports@gmail.com or hit us up in the DMs after the show, or leave your email if you feel comfortable in the
They could
chat.
actually DM us right now. Go on our girl chat if you have us on Instagram. DM the answer. I'll check right now.
Okay. That's a good one.
Get through the order.
Go ahead and get on the Instagram.
Yeah, I'll get on.
First question to win a pair of tickets for Monday night's Thrill game is, what is the hashtag used by the Thrill on their social media? Bing, bing, bing.
Can you post that question so they can read it?
I can do that right now. Hang on. Let's see. God, you're gonna make me really work this episode, huh? Hashtag.
We're talking about the thrill, y'all. The thrill of it all. We are here for the thrill of it, like Empire of the Sun says.
All right, this is question number 1.
What is the hashtag the thrill use on their social media?
Yes. Heather mentioned she missed it. What's tickets for? This is for the Monday night's Vegas Thrill volleyball team game, last home match of the season at the LFF, which we like to call the Lee's Family Forum, the previous Dollar Loan Center. So make sure you get on it. Steph said we're doing giveaways too soon. This is the first question. So until we can get the answer to this question, that's when we'll move on to another one, because we have a whole show to get through still. So
we only have half an hour, so we're going to make it count.
We're going to make it count. So when we get a correct answer for this question, that's when we'll keep it moving. Okay?
Yeah, somebody DM us in either Instagram or Messenger Facebook. I don't think I have Facebook Messenger, so you're probably good to DM us on Instagram if you're following us.
Yeah, I'll check right now. We've got a message from Danny, it looks like. Can you check?
Oh, cool.
Let me see. Danny, let's see if you got the right one. Making me work all this technology today. Jeez, that's just too much.
Yeah.
Danny, that is not correct. I believe it could be one of them, but it is not. It is not. I'm telling you, you just gotta, So if you're listening, Danny, keep looking. If you're looking at their site, there's one in particular hashtag. We've used the hashtag. So keep looking. Let us know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the game was cool. So after they grabbed the supervisor, I didn't finish my story with that. After they grabbed the supervisor, they were like, "Oh, ladies, so we didn't get a chance to notify you, but we had to move your seat. So we actually have another location we're looking for to have you sit, and just have a seat right here for now." Well, they didn't even tell us to have a seat right now. They were just like, "Hang tight."
We just sat.
Some seats.
And it was good.
They were sitting on the ledge. I sat in a chair, and I'm like, "This is going to be the seat." And lo and behold, we were only 2 rows behind the aces, if you wanted to count that. And honestly, for the higher elevated seats we were sitting on, just one level step up, you could see the
little riser.
Better.
Yeah.
It was a little riser, and it was like
especially if you were sitting behind the aces, who are all amazing people. All right, this question is over. Shout out to Danny. I see that you answered correctly, so I'm gonna take this off. Danny, that same DM, if you could just email, if you just send me your email or send us your email, that way I can screenshot the voucher for you. You'll need to reach out to the Thrill to claim your tickets. The correct answer is hashtag join the ride. I love that. I love join the ride.
Yes, I like that too.
And they sometimes put the little they put the little roller coaster emoji at the end of it. So yeah, good times. All right, moving on. I don't know if anybody caught the Brittany Griner special last night with Robin Roberts. I actually watched it after the game when I got home because I had it recorded. It was, a lot of information we did know, but there was a lot of information that I had no idea about. I didn't know that she had, I know after the end of it, we all knew about it, but she was already detained, I think, for 16 days before anybody knew about it, as far as the public.
Right.
She got her sentence for 0.7 grams of marijuana. 0.7 grams. So I don't know that if you think about it,
over half a gram.
She had 2 cartridges. One was 0.5, one was 0.2. And that's what she got and she busted for. Yeah. She mentioned that when she went in there and she got first place in a holding cell, the holding cell was 7 by 7. she had like a couple of shirts that she was able to bring with her there, and she ripped one up to use as toilet paper and one to use to help clean herself, like wash
Wow.
her body.
Yeah.
Wild. When she finally got to the in prison, or I guess where she was going to be staying in prison, it was shared cells. She said that the mattress obviously was super thin. It was like laying on like pipes. It was laying on metal. There was blood all over the mattress. They were offered like a really thin sheet. They got one roll of toilet paper for a month, and the toothpaste they gave them expired 15 years ago. I know. I know. They would, this is midwinter in Russia. They were supposed to get 15 minutes of outside time, and they would end up being out there for 2 hours, sometimes banging and pleading to let them back in.
Wow.
And she said that she also cut off her dreads because they would get wet and they would freeze. Not to mention there was I guess spiders everywhere inside their shared cell, and she was fearful of getting like bugs in them.
Yeah.
Oh man, listen.
Wow.
She then talked about going on to the IK2, which was the work program she had put on. There was 50 or 60 women in one room. They had one bathroom, 3 toilets, no hot water. There was one long sink, and then in that sink, you were supposed to wash your body, brush your teeth, all that stuff. So she said I was brushing my teeth with someone's foot in my face. It just was a wild, you could see the emotion in her face. It was great to finally hear her story. She has a book coming out, of course, called Coming Home. So that's going to be released soon. And then she obviously talked about her platform now and what she's doing to try and keep the names that are still being held overseas are the U.S. citizens, like in our minds, called Bring Our Families Home, because she wants to help get those rest of those people home too. So it was just wild. If you haven't seen it, find it, look for it. It was just
yeah, it's available on Hulu too. So anybody that has a Hulu network, it's actually on there. So you can have that on there too.
Yeah, Russia doesn't play. And
yeah, they don't. A lot of foreign countries don't play. I mean, we've heard these stories before of imprisonments overseas in different parts of the world. So it's just kind of crazy.
It was super crazy. And she had mentioned, people kept asking her, well, how could you forget that you had cartridges in your bag? And she was like, listen, how many times do you look for your sunglasses and forget they're on top of your head? How many times do you forget your keys and they're in the door of your house or your car? We have lapses in our memory. We have lapses when we're just, on doing a constant thing. You never know. So it's just unfortunate, but it's great that she's home. Me personally, it's like amazing how she was able to come home and then be ready and get back into the season. Because that
has to be the thing, because if you sit at home, you dwell. That's just like anybody that suffers a tragedy and gets back to work immediately. They want to take their mind off of things. They want to forget it ever happened. And the best way to do that is to focus on remembering what you know, just to kind of subconsciously suppress some of that. I mean, you'll never, ever forget it, but it does take her mind off of things for her to get back to that level enormously. Because it's like when you get out of somewhere like that, what would be the first thing you'd want to do? Get back to my life, so you
back to my life,
mind.
get some real food.
You don't want to sit at home and be like, I can't believe this happened to me. What do I do now? You have to just keep moving, and that's the perseverance.
I would have come. Listen, she was mentioning the food. She said that in the morning they would give them porridge, and so the porridge was basically just cement because it really was not even food. And for dinner they'd get a piece of fish, but it was just all bones. And I don't even know how her being 6'9" even survived physically with what they weren't. I mean, they couldn't even. I mean, oh God.
What about water? What about water?
I believe so.
Because you could survive, you could survive just on water alone. But I'm just asking if they had the water resources too, or any kind of liquids associated.
It sounded like they had water. I mean, it was faucet water. I mean, that's all they had. There was no hot water. It's all faucet water. So
I would be like, the first thing is I'm eating, and I'm definitely getting back into some normalcy of that. You don't want to ever, you know what I mean?
You don't want any of that. You don't want to deal with.
And praise God and thankfulness that it happened, that she was able to get out. It happening that she was able to get out,
Absolutely.
Not that this happened to her, but the fact that it happened, that she was able to get out, because she could still be over there. And
Yep.
shout out to everybody in the WNBA in solidarity that was doing a countdown of the days that she was over there. That is alone was a very long time and traumatic, So, yeah, I can only imagine.
Yeah, Chris is a prime example of a person who went through that ordeal and came out the other side even a stronger woman
Stronger,
and
yeah,
fierce.
absolutely. I
And
mean, you have to.
her wife are expecting a
Yeah,
baby. So that's amazing. She also is on the cover of the New York Times Magazine
right.
too. So we're happy we're all glad that BG is back. So
Yeah, for
yes.
real. I mean, God.
Another hot topic that we can just briefly touch on is this thing that you brought to my attention yesterday, Ryan Garcia. You he had beat Devin Haney. When was that fight? Like 3 weeks? I don't know.
Week before last.
So he tested positive for PEDS, and he's denying on social media that he, never took anything for enhancement. So I guess they're trying to request that there's an A test and a B test that were both taken before, that the B tests get read now to see if that makes any difference. But I mean, if it is testing positive for PEDS, does he A, lose his money? Does he B, lose the belt? Does
No, he
he?
doesn't for the peds, because peds are tests. When they test like that, they always come back 2 weeks later from the fight prior to, because
Mm-hmm.
everybody's like, well, why didn't you test them when they came back? That's just how that works in boxing. The fact that that happened, and not to mention what he posted. He posted a picture of the supplements, mentioned the name of the supplements he took, and said, "My bad, I didn't even know these were considered peds that I'm taking." And
Right.
I'm just kind of like, at a loss. I would never have done that. And I honestly don't think that whatever he took negates from Devin Haney getting his butt kicked. I don't think
No.
that had anything to do with it. Not to mention, Ryan Garcia fell under the weight class that he was supposed to be. So he lost in the weight thing. So what did these pets specifically do? Did it give him just a mental thing of more rage? But I just think for his fighting ability and skills, I don't think that had anything to do
No.
with that whatsoever. It's just a shame that comes up. It's like, what are you gonna do? And
it's a
like,
shame. Yeah, you can't.
yeah, what?
Shout out to Mo, Maurice Hawkins from the DC Tweet Team in
Yes.
the house. He loves the
Thank
hairdo,
you.
Mo. He loves the hair. All right.
Thank you.
And last of the hot topics, of course, the draft happened this week, and I always watch all the days predominantly. I did some yard work during day 3, but it was we saw 6 quarterbacks go almost nonstop throughout the first part of the first round. The next quarterback wasn't, I don't think, until pick like 150th. So it was like the largest gap between quarterbacks in a draft for, I don't know if it was history, but it was a long, long time, and it was ridiculous. Of course, shout out to Michael Penix Jr. I have to give him love because, he can't control who picks him. Unfortunately, the Falcons picked him. They spent a bag on Kirk Cousins, and this one was funny to me. The Atlanta Falcons make history as the first NFL team to use auto draft.
Well, I think it's you guys' fault anyway for putting him thinking that he was going to be a late draft pick and putting that energy out there. And
No, I knew he would be a top draft pick. But
the fact that he's not mentioned, it's like, okay, Atlanta showed y'all. Hold my beer. We got Kirk Cousins on this long $160-some million contract, but we're going to take Michael Penix anyway. And I don't even know if that was a bargaining chip. I don't know what that was, but it was.
I don't know if they plan. But you spent so much money, or maybe they know something that we don't, since they got Kirk Cousins. Like maybe something.
I feel like they were using it as a trade leverage. Like the Raiders were thinking.
Well, here's the deal. We all know that you need someone like biting your heels for maybe you to get your best performance. Maybe having someone like right under Kirk is going to help give him his best performance. I don't know. Maybe they use Michael Penix as like a Taysom Hill. I don't know. Like, who knows what's happening?
I mean, the thing of it is like if it was a bargaining trip or anything to that nature of saying, okay, we have another quarterback, but we need additional key pieces. You guys are drafting a line, and maybe we could let some of your pieces go for our piece. You never know. And to your point, you don't know what that was. I think it's just very interesting. And he could learn under a veteran of Kirk Cousins. I just don't know. And you don't know if Kirk Cousins, because of his tenure, is subject to injury. You don't know if
we don't know, because they've got a great backup now, for sure.
I mean, Penix is subject to injury too. I mean, this is
but we've also seen him come back and heal ridiculous and still perform like outrageously.
Well, he's young enough to do that. He's young enough to do that.
Yeah, and hopefully he'll be able to display his youth while he's still there, because he is like, what, 24 right now? Almost 24?
Yeah,
before, I think.
But we've had some young quarterbacks that have gotten slightly injured too. And again, his history is still a thing that can be foretelling as well. It's just an interesting mix of how that's going to look.
It's interesting because he could have been in some places and started immediately, but that didn't happen. Chris, the Detroit showed out. Would they have like the highest number of record for the people at the draft? I don't know if it was like 500,000, 600,000. It was something insane. Like watching that part of the draft was just
they had a lot of picks too. So that made sense for them to do that.
Well, it was good.
But the Bears, oh my God, can we talk about Chicago? Does this mean that you guys are actually going to be relevant this season?
Like, why did someone report that Justin Fields could be taking kicks, could be returning kicks?
Yeah, I saw that. I read that today.
Hey, but Rome Odunze, listen, I might have to get me like a little Bears Rome shirt just for it because I'm a full supporter of Rome Odunze.
Well, again, he's a Husky alum, just like, you got to have this solidarity with that. So that's a great pick on them having that back-to-back. I mean, and I feel like the Raiders didn't do too shabby. I don't think everybody was saying we're going to get Penix, I think the reality is we wanted Jaden Daniels. That's who we wanted. We wanted the LSU kid. We want the Heisman winner. But we knew he was going to get drafted high. Didn't happen, so we picked up a tight end, and everybody's like, why another tight end? Because of Mayer. We picked up one last season, but this tight end is special. He is different, and we did fulfill the obligation.
It's all about the mustache in Las Vegas. Minshew Mania is here to stay.
Well, yeah, like we're gonna have it, and I think it'll be okay. With AOC is a mustache guy, and he actually can understand the system now. And again, we got our offensive line set. We did get a couple people deep into that line. And we also got a center guard. So even with Andre James being our center, we even have a backup center guard that looks like he's going to be a beast. So our defense is set. And, I'm fine with
it. I was pretty impressed with Seattle's draft. I can't complain. It was it was good. We actually got pieces we needed. I was very thankful. It was good to see Mike McDonald working the draft the way he did. There was not many trade ups or downs. I think we traded down once and got a couple extra picks, but all in all, I'm excited to see what the season holds. So it'll be good. Yeah,
it will.
It will. Before we get into some Vegas sports news, I just wanted to highlight, since we have some more people joining in, of course, we're going to do another question. So if you are looking to get a pair of tickets for the Monday's Vegas Thrill last home game match, it'll be Monday the 6th. We have a question for you. Please answer the question. If you're in the chat, you can answer it there, or you can feel free to answer it and send a DM to our Instagram at Girlchatsports. The question now, question number 2. What is the name of the league that the Vegas Thrill are in, and how many teams are in it?
Ooh, Fran told us this last week too.
So if you watched the show last week, you would know.
That'd be easy go.
Just saying.
Yeah.
So Vegas Gold Knights are, listen, so we took 2 smoothly out in Dallas. Came back to Vegas.
Dallas took 2 from us.
And then we lost again in Dallas. The whole lineup was changed. The lines were changed. The goalie changed.
And that didn't change
back.
Yes.
It didn't change nothing.
I told you I didn't like that with the Aiden Hill announcement. I felt like we were kind of jinxed with that announcement coming anyway. Man, what are these guys going to do? What do they need to do going into the next game?
They need to score on power plays. They had like 2 power plays last game and didn't get I mean, they need to score on power plays. The game 6 is here in Las Vegas tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. Is nighttime. Game starts at 7. So if you're in Vegas, if you're going to the game, let us know. But I just, that's wild to me. It's really.
Oh, I mean, like really I said, wild. What do you feel they need to do aside from the power plays? Because yes, Dallas gave up some penalties where we had opportunities, but also we gave up penalties where they had opportunities and didn't score during no power play. They were just offensively and defensively on it. They were quick with their passes. They were crazy with their defense against us. They were crazy with the steals against us. It just was like we were not awake. Like I really need us to wake up. And
I'm just curious if they were practicing those new lines in practice, because it was like every line changed, and it was just kind of like, well,
yeah. And not
I
to
don't
mention, you
know.
got a coach, a former coach that knows some of our players, who has coached our team before, who has cheat
And no
codes,
tendencies.
and
Yes.
and and
I know.
understand that with those cheat codes, you have to counterbalance that.
Heather said they need to play some damn D.
Oh, absolutely, honey. They didn't show up for no kind of defense. I don't think they were defensively matched to get down. That was just, I feel like whatever protein shakes or whatever they was doing, their defensive, they were so defensive, the penalties were to their disadvantages for us to take advantage of power plays, which we did not. That's the
Right?
problem. They were that overly defensive that we had so many opportunities on power plays from their penalties that we couldn't even take advantage. So I don't know. Like I said, offensively and defensively, we were problems.
Offensively and defensively
So
is
y'all
tough.
gotta bring
So
it. We at home. Everybody from Vegas that's in Vegas. We know everyone loves their nights. Show up, show out. I don't know if the dragon is bad luck, but make sure that dragon is spitting fire and the fans are spitting fire as well.
yeah, because the
These nights were
comments are
held
all
up,
saying
man.
that the dragon has been the bad luck charm. But
Right.
that's what happens. Everything. Let's just hope that the dragon maybe, I don't know.
Bring fire, fans. Bring
Get Becky
fire
Hammond
like
out
that
there to
dragon.
hit that ring. We need some championship energy hitting that
We
ring. You know what I mean?
do.
The
We
horn. We can't.
do. We
We gotta.
do.
Yeah, we gotta
And
go
no
with it.
wearing Winter Classic jerseys. We lost in those jerseys. Don't wear that jersey. Wear our standard Golden Knights jersey. Your red, your grit, your gold, your
The
whatever.
gold.
Wear the gold. Do something. Show out. I don't want to see the Winter Classic ones. We didn't do well in the Winter Classic. Don't wear that jersey. Why are we wearing that jersey? That's bad juju.
I
Wear
get
our
it. I
winning
get it.
jerseys. Wear our team. Like, come on. I just need the
I
Knights to
know.
show.
I know. So Las Vegas Aces, Mo's got a call right now. She's popular. The Las Vegas Aces also had their documentary Aces versus Everybody that is on YouTube. Go check it out. I have yet to watch it because I've had a crazy busy day and I watched Brittany last night instead. But of course, this is the story of the 2023 season. It's again on YouTube. Make sure you check it out. Also, Candace Parker announced her retirement. So this kind of answers some of the questions we needed to know about roster, what things were happening. We'd love to see CP be around some more, but I think this is what her body needed. Plus, she's got so many other jobs, analysis,
Sure.
TNT, college basketball, girl making her money. So big shout out to CP3. She's had a long-lived career, 3-time champion, Olympic gold medalist. Like, it's just, it's dope. It's dope. So big ups to her. We
I
also
think that's why we
signed.
secretly drafted a big. I think that's the part of the reason why we got a
Well,
big.
that big can't play this year, so
I know, I know.
Chelsea Gray also got her contract extension. Hot news, though, is that when we were at the Thrill game, Chelsea's still
I'm
in
not
the
gonna
boot.
say it. I'm not gonna even disclose that tea. Don't say
It's already
it.
been. It's all over the Aces page. It's all over the Aces
Oh, it
fan
is?
pages. Yes,
What is going
all
on? You didn't
over.
tell me. Fill
People
me
were
in.
zooming in on it and taking pictures. Yes, it's all over. From what I read in the comments, someone said that they had addressed it a little bit in practice. That she comes to practice, but she's not really doing workouts because they're really trying to ensure she'll be okay. But the season starts in 2 weeks, so
I know. That's why I didn't want no anxiety and bring fans in anxiety. I was like, she's gonna come out. She's gonna be
too
okay. But
late.
I
The
figured
whole Las
with the
Vegas Aces
pictures,
fan
I
page
figured
was
everybody taking pictures at the Thrill game, all media, they focused in on that boot. I mean, that was the first thing I saw when she got up and was walking. I was like, wait, the boot?
Well, and shout out to Tina Torres, who we ended up running into at the very end at the
Yes,
Thrill
Lady
game.
Tina.
She had posted about it too. I mean, a lot of people are curious. We also want to know. So hopefully, yeah, media day for the Aces is tomorrow. So there's going to be some Zooms. There's in-person media days. So I'm going to
But maybe
see.
they'll address it tomorrow, hopefully.
Hopefully, I'm sure somebody's got to ask,
Somebody's
especially
gonna say
since the
something.
pictures have been around. But thanks to Stephanie for her beautiful picture of the back of the Aces head. So of course,
my story
taking her stock of pics. I loved it. As you can see, Chelsea and her wife there. The baby was with them. Was so cute. Jackie, Asia, KP, Alicia, Kia. Kate Martin was there, bosom buddies with Steph next to her, and a couple of the other rookies were there. A couple of the other rookies that were cut today were there.
Yes,
so Bria Beal, Morgan Jones, I believe, were both there. So unfortunately, they won't make the team. Hopefully, Bria can get a chance somewhere else because she really deserves that, I think. But yeah,
Service
again,
interruption really quickly. NBA, we do have the finals going on with the Knicks and the Philadelphia
yes, yes.
76ers. We are in game 6 with this, and they are in Philly. 24.4 seconds left. The score was 111. And then Knicks just scored a 3. I believe it was Obi Toppin who did that. So now it's 111 with 24.3 seconds left.
No wonder Natalie's not in the chat today.
Yeah, this game has been pretty impressive, especially
it's been
when
close.
we're
It's been
up
close
by
the whole
10
time.
the first quarter, which is usually their mantra. If they're up by a certain
Yeah.
point, they end up winning a game. Well, by the second, third quarter, Philly took over. And it wasn't the starters, it was the bench. Buddy Hield, 17 points already heading into the third quarter. Like the bench showed up. Whatever Embiid couldn't do when he was double teamed, he was passing it to Buddy Hield. Tyrese Maxey was quiet from his 46 the previous night. He had like 7, I think he was sitting on. I don't know the box score now, but yeah,
Wow.
it's going down in Philly right now. It is going down. The stars are out 24.4 with 114.
And the management bought all those tickets so that they couldn't go on resale.
They bought for all the fans, and they did show clips of how they presented them to fans out in Philly to show up. And the
I love it. Let's keep it going. So we'll keep us posted.
Yes.
Talk about the Lights. The Lights have a game this Saturday against New Mexico United. But the big thing is next Wednesday, May 8th. This is part of the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. We are playing the LAFC. LAFC is happening on Wednesday at 7:30 Cashman Field. And here's a little video. I had to do the ad lib on it because I want to make sure it went kind of fast. People weren't able to really see it or read it. But here's that little, where did I put it? There it is. Here we go. All right, so the Lights have a $50 premium experience for May 8th match versus LAFC. It's got an access to a full party deck with all-inclusive gourmet food options, private bar with specialty cocktails, a great midfield seating with unbeatable views of the action. That looks so amazing. Wow, look at that. And it's a perfect spot for your friend group or you guys to go hang out and watch the game.
I'm going to the Lights game, okay?
Listen, I will pay $50 for that. That looks amazing. Listen, we might have to... We're going to have to not have our show again next Wednesday and be at that game.
I think
$50,
we're going to have to.
That food looked decent.
And
I'm down for the comfy seats. It looks like
all of that.
It's right there. So if you're familiar with the Lights previous setup, that's all like right where the teams used to sit. On the opposite side of the field. Yeah. So, or where like the cars used to go when you could bring your car and watch from the car. It's on that side. So they built this whole like, I don't know, building contraption.
For having the vision and the foresight to purchase this team and make them look so official with everything that you now have influencers showing experiences other than what we have in the other south end of the strip for sports. We've got great stuff going on the northeast end of the strip near downtown. So yeah, check out these Lights. I love them. It's
okay. We haven't had an answer yet. I just don't know. Maybe everybody that's in our comments right now and in the group chat are in Vegas. But if you wanted to go see the professional volleyball game in Las Vegas on Monday, May 6th, the question we need you to answer either in our comments here or DMS at Girlchatsports in our Instagram DMs. But this is the question: what is the name of the league that the Thrill are in, and how many teams are in it? Answer that. Get yourself 2 tickets for the game Monday. Backing up to some more Las Vegas sports. Mo, are you going to go on the Raiders cruise?
First of all, it's too late to go on the Raiders cruise. The fact that they're posting this so 25th hour, you only had until yesterday to they posted.
Are you serious?
The day before, by May 1st, is when you had to make your deposit and finalize.
I had no idea.
So as it already is booked, We didn't know until 2 days prior to it, and by that
Can
time,
we talk about the prices? They said they went from like 5,000 to 100,000 for this cruise. Mind you, the
I
cruise
believe
just go,
it. I mean, you've got
but the
some
cruise
UNLV
just goes
alumni
from
on there.
LA down to PV and back. It's not like it's in the Mediterranean or an Alaskan cruise.
We're going on a Mexican Riviera cruise, so it's PV and a few other places that you're going. But at the end of the day, you've got UNLV alumni, you've got themed nights on there, you've got some great stuff going on. My issue again is the whole last minute thing. I didn't see prices that were ranging up to 100,000. Staterooms that I saw that you could get mid-level or upper level or lower level.
I think it was the penthouse that was 100,000.
Possibly, because what I looked at was $3,000 to $5,000 at best on the mid-range with 2 people in the stateroom. Not bad. It's just that you had to book immediately. And as soon as you click on the link and put out your info, a rep literally texts you like, yeah, so are we ready to book? Welcome, because you have till May 1st to book this.
Because you got to do it now. And that's probably why there wasn't enough people signing up. So they had to do like a last minute PR push to try and sell out.
At the end of the day, give us a week at least or something. Can I coordinate with people and see
if somebody wasn't on top of their job, then I guess.
God,
that's ridiculous.
Issue. So right now the score is 117, or actually 118, 115 with 7.6 seconds.
The Knicks are still up. Okay.
Knicks are still up because Jalen got fouled.
The Aviators have a home run, a home stretch right now against the Reno Aces. Tomorrow night, they got the Aviators cap giveaway, first 2,000 fans. They're going to celebrating a Cinco de Mayo. May the 4th be with you, as well as Cinco de Mayo with kids running the bases. So make sure and because we still want to support women that are in sports, we got to talk about the Las Vegas Silver Stars, our women's tackle football team that's here that play at Faith Lutheran. They played last week in Oregon and won their very first game. They're now playing a home game this Saturday. So if you are in the area, you want to see women's tackle football, Faith Lutheran on Saturday. I believe it's at 7 p.m. What happened?
Knicks won. 118, 115. Just
cute Natalie
with the fouls.
Yeah.
Joel Embiid just let out an expletive of F and looked up at the Jumbotron just in disbelief of how they got to a point.
I mean, let's talk about who else has gone fishing. The Bucks went fishing today.
Yes, they did. Well, we knew they were going fishing. I mean, no Giannis, no Dame.
And then Dame, no Dame. Dame had Dame today. I mean, the Heat, Lakers, Suns, Pelicans. It's just.
And Doc Rivers is their coach, and they should have known.
And this is one of those things that we're seeing now. Like, this is the first time in the playoffs that we haven't seen any of these 3 in the second round for, I think someone said like 19, 20 years.
It was over 20 years. LeBron's at 21 years, so I think it is close to the 20 mark. Yeah.
Which is wild.
Which is actually great, because now the buzz is Anthony Edwards. Everybody, this is the new phenomenon. He's in every Bose commercial that you see through any commercial break. It's all about Anthony Edwards. I just saw a commercial with him and Grant Hill, because now it's AE drinks Sprite. Like it used to be Grant Hill drink Sprite. Now it's AE drink Sprite. They are marketing the heck out of Anthony Edwards. And I cannot wait for this series with Minnesota and Denver. I think this is the series of the West that we all have hoped for. And not to just shout out to the Tito's of Pacerland, the Tito's they are taking out the legends or soon to be legends, and playing a young man's game. Like they just literally are not caring if you're a star. They just want to play and they want to win. And if they don't win, what do they have to lose? Hey, it's the Pacers. We didn't, and not for nothing. The Pacers, this is in 14 years. This is the first time they've made it to the playoffs in 14 years.
Since that time, the playoffs are looking like right now. We did see, of course, the Bucks lose. The Pacers are in there. They're playing the Knicks. Pacers and Knicks are going at it.
So Knicks are in.
Yep, we're still waiting for the Cavs and the Magic.
Yeah.
And we're still waiting for the Clippers and the Clippers. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Clippers and
the Mavs. Yeah. And then we're waiting on the. Oh, that's it.
That's it. Yeah. That's everything. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's all she wrote. Minnesota and Denver, let's go. I'm waiting to see that one for real. And Jalen Brunson, not for nothing, had 41 points tonight, 11 rebounds, 8 assists.
Ridiculous. It's ridiculous. All right, before we get to our last couple topics, nobody answered the last question, so I'm going to do a new question. If you are looking to get 2 tickets for the Las Vegas Thrills Monday night last home match at the at the LFF, the Lee's Family Forum, Monday, May 6th. 2 tickets. Please answer in the chat or DM us on Girlchatsports on Instagram. We are wanting to know who was the coach for the Vegas Thrill and where did she coach previously? Yes, let us know. That's what we need to know.
Nice. We know that answer too.
We gotta talk about the WNBA a little bit. Because preseason games start tomorrow. If you have the WNBA app, and if you don't, why don't you? Because it's literally like $35. It's like $26 if you've had it before. So get the app, support the women. May 3rd, tomorrow, the Indiana Fever travel to Dallas for a preseason game. We've got the Storm in LA on May 4th. You've got the Dream and the Fever on May 10th. As well as the Mercury and the Sparks on the 10th. You also got the Aces are going to South Carolina to play Puerto Rico. I believe that one is May 11th. So preseason is about us. Also, some new rules that have changed for this coming year. There'll be a second coaches challenge that can be used during regulation or OT if the first challenge is successful, which is good. Yes.
Okay.
During regulation play, each team gets 5 timeouts plus 1 reset timeout. So the reset timeout is where you're not huddling up, but if you can use it to advance the ball, you know, that kind of thing.
Nice.
Yes.
Is there a time limit on the reset timeout different from the regular timeouts?
Is what?
Is the time limit for the reset timeout different from the time limits on the regular timeouts? You know how regular timeouts are certain minutes? Is the reset
I think it's a shorter.
different?
I think it's a shorter one. Yeah,
because they're not huddling. That's why I'm asking if they make it a shorter type of timeout as opposed to the normal timeouts in regulation.
Yeah.
The thrill of it all, y'all. We got questions. And we got tickets.
Miss Dunn. Oh, what's up, Bondi? She said Tennessee. Yeah. Tennessee? I don't
think Tennessee.
No, Tennessee was not one of the schools.
No,
her last one was definitely not Tennessee, but I don't believe it. There was a T that she went to school at.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if anybody wants to give us coach's name and where she coached, she's coached at a couple, but the biggest one was the most long-term.
Right.
It's the most recent.
Right.
You get a couple tickets for Monday night's game. Let's see. What was I going to show? Oh, Miss Caitlin Clark is now AKA Caitlin Chains. It's great to see with all the stuff that she's had going on. You know, I saw an interview with I think it was Mitchell. I can't remember who it was, but they were just like, she is, with all that she has, you know, about her name and people talking about her, like, she is so polite. She is so sweet. She just wants to learn from everybody. She just wants to be here. And, you know, so their media day was yesterday, and this is how it went.
Sorry, I'm sweating.
Yeah, very cool.
Got her chains on. So really excited for that. And let's see.
And then congratulations to the WNBA, the increase of ticket prices going up for 2 of the teams and people paying them. Like it says, because of the sellout numbers, now the ticket prices aren't as inexpensive as they used to be. The sales are going up and print prices are going up. So
it's
almost like, you know, we're getting officially like a hot commodity here that you want to go. So big ups to that.
All right, bingo, bango. All right. We got an answer to our question. Shout out to Miss Ballin D with LSU.
Yes, Miss Ballin D, congratulations.
And I know you know her name, so I'll just, you know, let you go on that one. But yes, it is. Miss Fran did coach LSU for a long time. So let me know. I will shoot you some the voucher, whatever, so you can sign up.
Congratulations.
Yay!
Will that be your first? I wonder, is that going to be your first thrill game?
I think she went to one before. I feel like she did. Maybe I'm wrong. I feel like maybe she has.
Nice.
Yeah. Last but not least, I just want baseball. It's still early. I'm excited for my Mariners. They've had some great runs at it. But your Dodgers game with the bee guy, can we talk about the beekeeper that saved the game for the day?
Listen, that hive in that position of where it is just so scary and jarring that I just was like,
Listen,
yeah, I don't want to
Matt
ever be around bees.
Hilton is the
Yeah.
beekeeper. He's like a father of 4. He's handsome as heck.
Yeah.
And he saved the Dodgers Diamondback game after a 2-hour
He
delay
sure
because of
did.
the bees. Check this out.
The hero of the day, Matt Hilton is his name, and he has lived it up. They were chanting MVP. They were playing I Need a Hero, and he was that hero. He got the place clear. And just a moment ago, he threw out the ceremonial first pitch. They just announced that he's going to be available for interviews in the press box at 8:45. Matt Hilton, 37-year-old father of 4, movie star, good looks, now a superstar.
Yeah, and so thank God that wasn't a home game. I've never seen anything like that. But for us to be visiting and have that hive there, and I'm just like, oh, and I've never been stung by a bee, so that just was all anxiety seeing that. I'm like, oh my God.
Listen, Chris, we did not have bees at the baseball in our bingo card.
But understanding where they are, I bet you that is a common thing to a certain degree, but not to see a hive or honeycomb built that significant.
This and that queen bee running it wherever the queen lands, the whole swarm follows and goes around her, and it's insane.
But they had a delay of game, so they definitely had to research which beekeeper could come out and do this for us. So there was a delay of game. Game did not start on time.
So wild.
That situation.
So wild.
But yeah.
Just before we leave, we wanted to just a few girl power moments. Listen, USC next year.
Oh yeah, a problem.
We still got Juju, but you've got Kiki transferring from Stanford. You've got Talia from Oregon State joining Juju. This is it's going to be continuing on. So it's going to be dope to see these ladies play.
Work, and this is why it makes it so suspenseful after a season or after a tourney that these kids want to transfer, because it's like, where are they going next? What's the next move?
And then of course
certain schools, and then they upset us with seeing that.
And Dawn Staley announced that the South Carolina Gamecocks are going to be starting off their season here in Las Vegas. So that's going to be crazy. That's going to be dope to see. Exactly. I wanted to give a shout out to this girl. We didn't mention her last week, but she's the she was the Oklahoma Sooners star, Jocelyn Alo. She signed a 1-month deal with the Savannah Bananas. Do you know Savannah Bananas, the baseball team that does all the wacky, wild, crazy stuff? Well, she is the all-time home run championship in women's softball with 122 home runs, the first woman ever to sign a deal with the Banana Ball League. And so I'm excited to see that. Like, it's dope to see that they have a woman on their team, because the Bananas, they never had no guys. They just did like wild stuff and played baseball, but it'll be dope to see her with them. So that's great. And then one last one. This is 17-year-old Leah Block. We had the racer on before. I forgot her name already. We had the car racer on our show maybe like a year ago.
Yeah, we did.
And she mentioned that F1 Academy. Well, Leah is part of that. She's 17-year-old rally race car driver. She's trying to become the first U.S. woman in a Formula One. She is currently at the F1 Academy, which is a program set to help young racers and young women racers to get into the F1 circuit. So so can you imagine 17 in the F1? 17 and you're racing like that.
I saw her article today and just thought that was just unbelievable. And the fact that she's also like really hyped on being the first, and looking at her, not even to judge, looking at her affect and everything, she looks almost girly. Like, she doesn't look like she'd be that time, like she just made up and whatever. But I like to race.
But that's like a Danica. Danica had that same kind of.
Like a Danica. Yeah, it is like a Danica. Very similar.
Yeah. I mean, she's giving the hard rock, metal fingers and the tongue out.
And one of the other posts showed her like really, like, oh my God, like you would never expect.
It's gonna be exciting. I'm down to see it.
Me too.
Chris, listen, Chris said that we need to have South Carolina playing USC here in the fall. Now that would be
that would be good. Even LSU, I would like to see all of that smoke. I'm with all of that. Just to see Kim Mullaney's bright outfits. I want to see in person. But yeah.
Yeah. Kevin asked
That'd be
how
good.
we feel about the A's coming in 2028. I think, Kevin, we've talked about it before.
Yeah,
We're
I'm
happy
with
to
it.
see
I'm
our
a
teams
National
come
League
here.
fan, but to have an American League team here, that's Vegas. I mean, I can root for both, but I'm a
I'm
Dodger girl by
excited to see
heart.
my Mariners come here, like,
Yeah,
16 games out the season. So I will be.
yeah,
But
that'd
I
be
can
good for
tell you
them.
this, with the traffic that's already on the freeway and the Tropicana we deal with already the construction around Tropicana, which is the street that the arena or the stadium will be built on, don't even go to the strip during this time. Once the Tropicana goes down, demolishes it, and they start building, I don't want to be anywhere within like a half-mile radius of the Tropicana and that site. It'll be too much. Yeah.
So have you heard about the House versus NCAA where they have a $2.7 billion lawsuit pending
I just saw the notification today, but
it's to award former athletes who have been penalized for NIL deals or anything like they were doing that they weren't supposed to be doing to get compensated now. So basically, like anyone that was punished, Fab Five, let's talk about them from Michigan, or like a Reggie Bush or anybody like that when it was not legal to take any kind of boost money or anything, now they can get their money.
Really?
If it passes. Yep.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
2.7 billion is what they're saying for and it has to be over a period of 10 years. So the past 10 years, if you were an athlete and you got you were illegally prevented from making any money by selling rights to your name or likeness, you are JG Wentworth's best client. You were due to a constructed settlement and you need cash now. Like you literally, with this, if it passes, that's what's going to happen. 2.7. I need a constructed settlement and I need cash now. Call JG Wentworth. 876 cash now. I don't know. Like, I can't even hear you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can now.
That's
Take off your mute. I'm singing. If you have a constructed settlement.
Did somebody not like what I said? Like, we got one final question for thrill tickets for Monday, May 6th, 7 p.m. Lee's Family Forum. It's the last home match for the Vegas Thrill. Question is, if you want the tickets for Monday and are in Vegas, what was the final match score from the Thrills game last night? They won, but what was the final score? Let us know in the comments, or you're welcome to hit us in the Instagram DMs, because we're going to be ending our show soon. So if you are just catching this or you hit the replay, feel free to go to our Instagram, follow us, subscribe to our YouTube at Girlchatsports. Let us know. But if you can answer that question and let us know how to reach you via email or whatnot, let me know. We'll get you all set up for Monday. I'm about to say something.
I need a structured settlement and I need that lives in my head rent free now.
Listen, people are singing it in the chats right now.
877 cash now. I know. But hey, listen, if these athletes could get that, like that $2.7 billion, and they were previously on an NCAA team for over the past 10 years, and there were offers to them that they did not get.
Right.
877 cash now.
877 cash now. Hey, look, guys, that is it for the show tonight. Again, what was the final match score for the Thrills game last night? If you want to go to the game on Monday, hit us with that final score in our Instagram DM. Let us know. We'll get you. If not, we're going to post maybe another question or trivia in the Girl Chat Sports Facebook, so that way we can try and get rid of another pair or give another pair out to the listeners.
Actually, we are going to post a picture that we posted advertising our giveaway, and you got to follow the rules within that giveaway, which means you may have to like, subscribe, share, tell a new friend in order to get these tickets.
Yeah, we want to get our group going. You know, our group isn't one that's
Yes.
open to everybody. You have to request to get in because there's a lot of scammers out in this
Well,
world,
send
and
an
we don't like
invite. You
scammers.
send an invite. You like
Send
it.
them an invite.
whatever.
Add them to the group. Let us approve them. We want to get more people in the group that love
Yes, and
sports just
share
like
our
us.
post in your story, tagging us so we know that you legit are following us.
There will be some rules and regulations, but
There
that's
will
it
be
for the
some
show
rules and
today. We
regulations.
appreciate everybody that has been in, that's joined with us. It's amazing. So, think Chris is at the sports park right now with the Aviators. So we appreciate joining
Nice.
in.
So 7-0.
I'm
Good,
glad the
Chris.
Aviators are up
And it's
7-0.
a
That's
beautiful night tonight.
amazing.
The weather is great. It's a beautiful night for baseball. I
Great
mean,
night.
it is
Yeah.
really nice. So enjoy that, Chris. It was great
All
seeing
right.
you yesterday too, brother.
It was. So we'll catch up with you next week. I mean, if we end up at the Lights game instead, we might have to let you all know ahead of time if anybody else wants to join us in case we do go there and not have a show Wednesday. But we'll keep you all posted. We got a weekend to think about it. We'll talk with y'all later. Have a great week. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.